Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime with Yvonne. Okay, we're going to talk about a British Jamaican woman, Dawnette Rose Anderson. She was 64 years of age, born on June 26, 1960. She was affectionately known as Dawn. Dawn was born in Jamaica, but migrated to England at the age of 7. She often traveled back and forth at a later age. She was a mother of 3, a grandmother of 5, and a great-grandmother of 2. She is described as a loving and awesome mother, sister, and friend. Dawn often traveled to her birthplace during the winter season. She went missing in Jamaica with no trace. According to her daughter, who reported her missing, her mom stayed in a hotel the last time she was last seen. Dawn married a Jamaican native, 37 years of age, Andrew Morrison, aka Mantis or Bola. According to reports, he had a sketchy past. Unfortunately, he is a known suspect in this case. The two met when she was doing some renovation on her house and fell in love early in 2024. On November 26, 2024 at 3:15 p.m., her husband called her daughter to tell her that Dawn was missing. He made up a story about her whereabouts. According to him, he couldn't find her when it was time to pick her up after she met a customer. The Jamaican community they often stayed in reported that the husband and wife were always seen together at church and selling on the beach of Negril. My research led me to believe that Dawn was unaware of her husband's past. He was said to be a gang member. He was also the main suspect in a murder trial. He was acquitted because there was not enough evidence. The little sample of his record, in 2004, he escaped from prison. In 2011, he fled his home due to his sister getting shot and killed. In 2012, he was on the most wanted list. He was later arrested and charged. Going back to the case he was acquitted from, they didn't have enough evidence after he appeared in court with his twin brother. The key witness then pointed out his brother as the suspect. Therefore, the case was thrown out. Dawn was found deceased and buried in a shallow grave. It was said that her husband chopped her with a machete, in which she succumbed to her injuries. He placed the body in a blue tarp, tied the strings around her neck, torso, and feet. These items were bought 1 week before Dawn arrived in Jamaica. So this shows that his plan of killing her was premeditated. So here are some things that were discussed in this case. Allegedly, Dawn filed a petition for her husband to migrate to England, but with his criminal record, he was denied. I think that when Dawn discovered about his record, that is when the relationship went south. That means things didn't go well. It's also alleged that Andrew had another woman pregnant. She contracted HIV and accused Andrew of giving it to her. Andrew turned to his wife, Dawn, to blame her for the infection. Dawn told him she was tested frequently in England. Andrew and Kamar Morrison were held responsible for Dawn's death. Kamar Morrison is Andrew's twin or brother. There's conflicting opinions. Also, their 2 friends were found with Dawn's belongings, the suitcases that she bought from Jamaica. I think there were like 5 suitcases. So they were also held at the police station for questioning. His mom and his sister were also held for questioning. My condolences to her family and friends. May her soul rest in peace. Listening to the evidence in this case, I think that many people failed Dawn. They could have warned her about this gentleman, being as he was part of their community, and they probably knew about his background more than Dawn would have, because remember, she lives in England and you're visiting there off and on, so you wouldn't know much about an individual, but I'm sure people were shushing here and there, because even before they found her body, this information about his record came out. Someone came onto a show and they disguised their voice, stating that this is the type of person that Andrew, her husband, is. Something else that I want to address before I end out this video is that Dawn was 64 and her husband was 37. A lot of people are saying that he's a little boy. How could she look upon someone that's so much younger than her? The lady, I guess I would say she was in love, but obviously he wasn't in love because of what he did to her. But I find that 37, that's a big age. You know, he's not as old as her. He's probably not as wise as her, but he's old enough to know right from wrong. He also, I think, he wasn't mature, because the things that he was doing are things that people in their early 20s do, like being in gangs, you know, running around shooting and killing. That's something, well, not necessarily the killing part, but the gang part. That's something of immature mind. I think that he was very much immature. Dawn will also, according to her daughters, she was very creative. She would purchase clothing from overseas, I think particularly Ghana, and she would sell them on the beach of Negril. She sold them to the tourists and everyone. She was a kind-spirited woman. I saw her sister in a car talking about her. The way she spoke about her, it was so disheartening to me.
Really, reality hasn't really set in as yet. I have not processing what has been happening.
It truly broke my heart to hear the sister spoke about her sister. She said really she couldn't believe that this is happening to the family. Her daughter also, we know that the daughters are in England, and if it wasn't for the daughter calling into this particular show, we wouldn't have found out all this information, because her husband, a good-for-nothing husband, never placed a police report on her. The daughter is the one who put out the police report for her mom, and speaking to the police, they said Andrew never came to the police and reported her missing. He just expected the family to accept that she was missing, and that's it. But of course the daughters were much smarter. They called a show, I think it was Popeye's Link, to get information and to put the information out there. Popeye's Link brought it on the air, and he was able to get the police acting fast on this case. So when we found her, it was a week after the case was getting a lot of attention. That's when they found her. This case, being as it's fresh and it's new, of course we're going to get more details later on, maybe a year from now. So this just happened about recently, 2 months ago. So we're looking forward to get more information. Hopefully we can get more details of what really went down between Andrew and his wife Dawn. It's sad to hear that she had to go this way, and she was buried in a ditch the way she was. And this man never had any type of good intentions for her. He just basically probably wanted whatever she had. And being as things didn't turn out the way he wanted to, he wasn't able to come to England. He wasn't able to, after she probably found out that she had HIV, allegedly. And after she found out that he had such a long rap sheet, she probably didn't feel like, she wasn't into him anymore. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, and comment down below. If you like more stories like this, let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much.